I decided to seek justice, not just for myself, but to protect others. I urge the committee to read these depositions and question Mr. Pinney and other USAG officials under oath. Maybe they will answer tough questions and tell you the truth. I hope they do. This is a case of powerful people protecting other powerful people. It is up to you, as powerful members of the United States Senate, to hold them accountable, and I believe you will.
I'm an Olympian. Despite being abused, I worked so hard and was able to achieve my goal. But I want everyone to know that I'm one of over 250 women and survivors whose story is just as important. Our pain is all the same, and our stories are all important. The people and organizations who are responsible need to accept responsibility for the pain they've caused me and my sister survivors. Larry Nassar has received his punishment, and he'll never see the outside of a prison cell again. Now it's up to Congress to hold those people and institutions accountable who enabled Larry Nassar and attempted to cover up his terrible crimes. My teammates and sister survivors have been through too much. No one should ever have to endure physical, emotional, or sexual abuse for the privilege of representing our country as athletes. Now it's time for change, because the current and future athletes don't deserve to live in anxiety, fear, or be unprotected like we were.
I went public as a survivor of child sexual abuse by known, respected, and honored Andy Gable. I have grown to be a strong and brave woman, not because of the sexual abuse that I endured, but despite the abuse. Do you think I am brave? Many praise my bravery, our bravery. Bravery for retelling our stories, bravery in telling the truth. Please take pause. What do you acknowledge as being brave? Standing up against the man who sexually abused me 20 years ago is brave. Then please recognize the hypocrisy of expecting a child athlete to report sexual abuse while it is still happening. The CEO that looks the other way or strategically wears earmuffs is just as much a kingpin in this game as the one committing the crime. Institutions need to be held accountable. Survivors need to be acknowledged. Without policy reform, the unjust muzzle will remain bound on children while safeguarding the pedophiles to roam free. So long as the abuse of power continues, the horror in gyms and dojos and fields and courts and pools and tracks and mountains and ice rinks will not end.
One of the saddest things you will hear in almost every case where a child was abused by an authority figure in Olympic sports is the number of years it took for any action to occur. In my case, the abuse began nearly 40 years ago when I was 13. I reported it to my sports governing body, the United States Figure Skating Association, nearly 20 years ago, and my abuser was suspended from coaching less than 2 months ago. I love my sport and the Olympic movement. I still coach kids that have the Olympic dream, some of whom achieve it. Every child in every sport needs to know that the adults in charge have a duty to keep them safe. If they see or experience abuse, they must be assured that they will be believed and we will take action